All right, so let's take a listen to this loop track right here. It has a lot of transients that I would like to control. We're going to try a low pass filter first and to see how that can help. So I'm just going to use the decapitator right here. It has this high cut here. And let's just engage that. So I'm rolling off up to about maybe 4K. All right. So did it reduce the transient? What you hear? Yes. But it did way more than what I want to do, because the only thing I want to attack is the initial note. I don't want to control the decay of that note or all of the other parts of that loop, right? I want to keep it as it is. I don't want to change the tonality of it. So that's why EQ in most cases might not be the best tool to use. So the first one we're going to use here is the decapitator, which is a transient, well, it is saturation, right? Like I mentioned earlier on. So I'm going to drive this really hard because I know how some of this stuff sounds. The style on here, I'm going to go to the neve. It's a little bit softer and then warmer too. So let's just crank this up. Bypass. Gain match. All right, so you can hear how that is already controlling some of that transient. I can even push it out more, and that's okay. All right, so I mean, saturation is doing its thing. So that's that'll be most times even my first choice if I'm trying to maybe control transient. Actually depends, but I would definitely use saturation on stuff like this. So that's one way to do it, like you said. And then the other one is kind of the obvious tool that we now have at our disposal in this modern age, where I can basically just go transient attack. Think about it, transient attack, body, sustain. So in this case, let me just push, I'll play it and then I'll dial this in. Let me actually loop a small section. Right, before. So as you can hear, using the transient shaper right there to control that transient could be very useful. And then the other one that I can suggest that you can use if you don't even want to use transient shaper is just to control. The limiter, of course, will be to control more peaks than anything. But in this case, it should work for us as well too. And I'm going to show you a different example as well. So I'm just going to pull this down. Bypass. So it's the only thing that is hitting the limiter, right, is basically the peak, that transient, which is the tambourine, right? So those are the three ways that you can fix transient issues in your mix. Now let's look at a different example here. There is a clean guitar right here. Clean guitars are, they can be really hard to mix sometimes because of this issue that I'm pointing out right here. You can see how spiky it is. So as you can even, what I did on this mix here, I think the first thing I actually used here was a limiter just to control it. Trying to use a compressor to do this, or even a saturation, is a lot. So using different combinations of tools would help. So the first thing here, let's actually take a look at it. Right. So just let's loop this section here. Bring it in. All right. So in this case, this can really help. This is more controlling picks than just regular, just transients, right? But that is one way. And then let me, like I said, in here, I will use the limiter, and then I might even bring the saturation in as well and use it in conjunction with the limiter. So let's hear that. Just using a little bit of it. Let's bypass both. It's okay, bring it in. Controlled now. Controlled, well controlled. We can go maybe extreme again. I don't think that will be needed to use a transient shaper here as well, but we can try that. Let's set it to default and dial it in. Let's bypass the limiter and the decapitator here. Yeah, so in this case, this is more of a peak issue than just transient, but just wanted to use this as an example too. And in this case, the limiter helped us to really solve that, and then adding saturation as well helped to control the peak and the transient right there. When you can do this on selective instruments in your song, right? It could even be on background vocals. You don't want them to compete with the main vocals in the song. Or it could even be, say you have different kinds of background vocals. You want a group of the background vocals to shine more than the other ones. Rather than using the same maybe compressor setting or all of these background vocals having the same attack or transient, you can just take some and control the transient on those background vocals. So it gives room. So it's less pointy, even though I'm pokey into the listeners here. So you can always use some of these things. So saturation, like I said, helps you to get this. And in cases where you feel like you've used saturation in different places, you can use transient shaper, right, to bring it back in if you need more attack. So, but this goal for this video is to show you how to fix transients in your mix. All right, so I hope that was helpful. I will see you in the next video. Bye and take care.